Hey, how's it going, guys? Jack and Matt here with the Toasty Bros, and today we're gonna settle a very old debate. Can anything beat a Dell Optiplex for the price?
We love doing Dell Optiplex gaming PCs because they're super simple. You buy an office PC, slap in a graphics card, and normally you don't spend much money on it because you can find these things used for a really good price. But can we build a gaming PC that makes it worth spending more money for building a custom PC? Or are you better off just sticking with the Optiplex for the best value for money? We're gonna talk about that, but first, a word from today's sponsor.
We'd like to give a huge shout out to today's sponsor, AutoFull. They were nice enough to send over their amazing graffiti gaming chair. Their sleek and trendy design includes amazing embroidery, and you can find this design by just searching for AutoFull Graffiti on Google or Amazon. My favorite thing about the chair is the included pillows. The adjustable lumbar pillow can keep you from curling up and ending a long gaming session with a sore back, while the headrest pillow is perfect for laying back and just binging some YouTube. It's the ideal chair for anyone who spends long hours behind a desk. You can be the envy of your fellow gamers by rocking this graffiti design. Here at Toasty HQ, we're lucky enough to let you know that this chair, that usually retails for $299, will be on sale between November 20th to the 30th for Black Friday with the discount code BFCM, saving you $60 on their website, or you can go to Amazon during that time with no code needed. If you're interested in the design, remember, AutoFull has a variety of chairs to choose from. Feel free to give them a follow on their social media so you can be the first to know about new releases. Thanks again to AutoFull for sponsoring today's video.
Now first up, we have this Dell Optiplex right here, which in total we spent $342 featuring this RX 6600, which is the same GPU we will be using in both systems for equal comparison, but that's all we had to pay for the system to get up and running in gaming.
So now for a mostly all new parts PC, besides our graphics card, which they both share so they share the same price, we had to spend $596 to get a decent looking and really well performing gaming PC that'll be custom built. And of course, like Matt said, this one's gonna be ready to go with just a graphics card. This one we're gonna have to build. So if you're good at building, no big deal, but if it's your first time, it could take you a few hours. Pretty big difference, 54%. Will we see a 54% difference in performance?
I don't know, but we're gonna go ahead and do is talk about this Optiplex and what specs are inside it, and then also talk about the parts we chose to build the PC that's gonna be battling against it. And then we're gonna be doing some benchmarks to see, is that price difference actually worth it? We're about to find out.
This we got off of eBay, and it was a pretty good price. It's not like we got like some insane deal. We didn't go through, we didn't bid, we didn't haggle. I literally just pressed buy it now. But this is an Optiplex 7040 MT, which stands for mid-tower. It's the biggest Optiplex that you could get in this form factor, which is very important because this card right here is a full-size 2-fan card. I'm already a little bit questioning how well it's gonna fit. There's always a chance we're gonna have to do some weird modifications to make it fit properly, or even have it on like a external cable or something just to make it work. But in theory, it will fit, but worst case, we always recommend getting a single fan card for these because, you know, it's kind of weird that we're doing this. We just wanted to see just how good can an Optiplex handle that card. But we have an i7 6700, which is a 4-core, 8-thread, pretty decent on paper, but it is definitely not as good as this i3 that we have over here. We also have 16 gigs of DDR4, which started after 6th gen, so that's really nice that we have DDR4, so it's sort of reusable and upgradable. We also have a 128 gig NVMe SSD and a 1 terabyte hard drive, so NVMe is starting to get popular, USB 3 is starting to get popular, Windows 10 is also installed, tested, and activated, and then as you can see, I have these adapters here because this graphics card 100% requires external power, and I don't know if we're gonna need to use SATA to PCIe, or if we're gonna have to use Molex to PCIe, or there's always a small chance that it has the connector in there, but it's very unlikely. So hopefully that all works out. I think the power supply should be plenty for it. We'll find out though. Another thing we're probably gonna wanna do, I know we say it's plug and play, it really is. I mean, this system's been tested, but I would like to clean the thermal paste so this thing has its best fighting chance. We got our 16 gigs, we got NVMe, which is SK Hynix. That's usually what HP uses for all of their brands. And yeah, it's gonna be a tight fit, guys. Yep, we got some extra SATA. That's gonna be our power for our graphics card. Wow, okay, they like barely fit. It's hitting that little bracket back there, but dude, I think we're...
I think it's actually gonna work.
Yeah, wow.
Oh my Lord.
That is a big card in there, but there's room. I mean, you got the room for the fans, but yeah, these things only come with a single fan from the factory, but I think with some new thermal paste, I think we're gonna be fine. That was a really weird thermal paste application, guys. I'm sorry you had to see that.
So yeah, I guess what we'll do, since we have this ready to go, we'll probably plug this thing up, get some games downloading on it, and then we'll go over all the parts we have over here, minus the graphics card, obviously, because the graphics card is in that system. And we're gonna put that system together, ready for there you go, he's got it. And then what we're gonna do is test similar games, some built-in benchmarks, see what we're working with. It's on, right?
I think that's...
It's on, it just starts sliding. That looks like a gaming Optiplex.
Matt, let's go and talk about the computer parts.
Now for the custom gaming PC, as Jackson mentioned, we have the i3 12100. This is an F. This is an F. F saves you a lot of money here. So yeah, we got this 4-core 8-threaded processor. You can get it for around like $109, sometimes 99 bucks, depending on if it's on sale. But I don't know what we paid for it at this time. But
I think it was like 103.
103.
Yeah.
So good price. This is definitely becoming a even better option versus the 10100. We could have gone that route, but you know what? 12th gen, gotta go this. We have a H610M motherboard, which is a micro ATX board, DDR4. That's gonna save you some money here. Yeah, pretty basic board, nothing too crazy going on here. We also have 16 gigs of Team Group Vulkan Z memory, and what speed we're rocking, 3200 megahertz, so dual channel, no problem there. It's gonna be nice and speedy. And in terms of storage, we have a NVMe, very similar to this, NVMe drive, Silicon Power 512 gig NVMe. It is Gen 3, but for most gamers, you really don't need any more than that. And then for the graphics card, it's in here, but it's the RX 6600. We have this mech model. Is it a mech model?
Yeah.
It's a mech. It's a Beeboot Baboot model. Power supply, Aries Game 500 watt, very solid budget power supply we use in our budget builds, does the job. And then for the case, another case that we've used a lot as well, the Moravol case. It's like an Amazon special.
53 bucks.
53 bucks, you can't really beat it. We really didn't try to make the PC as crazy as it could be. We really tried to make a good value for money PC to make this a very fair competition. Obviously, you could get RGB and just really bling this thing out, and at that point, you're spending way more money than the Optiplex, but we wanted to make something that actually is value for money to compete with something that is designed to be value for money. So what we're gonna go ahead and do, build this PC while stuff is downloading on this one, because you know, ultimate multitasking here, and then we're gonna put them head to head and see exactly which one's the best value.
Alright guys, so we are starting off with the Dell Optiplex on Apex Legends, and we're just gonna go high settings on both of these because, well, it seems to be able to handle it pretty well. We did unlock the frame rate, so in theory we can get up to 300 FPS.
So far, yeah, we're getting 180 to 170 FPS, so really good.
340 bucks, man.
We're not super bottlenecked by the i7 6700 in a game like this, so it's looking pretty solid. We will have some built-in benchmarks later on that will give you direct number comparison, so we can actually see, is that percentage you're paying worth it? And then, yeah, we'll just give you some good gameplay. Kind of good gameplay.
Yeah, kind of good gameplay. The one thing I do expect to see is some lag spikes here and there, just on the slightly older i7 and, you know, very first gen DDR4 RAM. So I could definitely see some lag spikes and some higher latency, but I don't personally think we're gonna have a huge difference in terms, oh God, in terms of FPS numbers. Oh, they're right there! I'm gonna die. Ooh, that was a miss, question mark? I can't believe I saw them.
It's getting freaky. Oh, that Blood Hunter. Oh, your teammate!
Oh,
He hits those. Oh, he's hitting all of those. Hey, got him.
Yup. God.
Oh, man.
I still do. It's hitting the rail. What a loser.
Brick attack, go. Oh, no.
Oh, God. Oh, no.
Oh,
He was getting ready.
nice. 130 plus FPS into the 140s and 50s sometimes, so I think that's pretty solid. We'll see what that 1200 can do, but next up, we're gonna do some Warzone. All right, guys, we are now in Warzone, and we are on the balance preset, which we'll be using the balance preset for this PC and the other PC. I imagine this is gonna be the most demanding test minus some of the built-in benchmarks, because Warzone just has a lot of stuff going for it. So we'll see how well the i7 works compared to the i3. Here we go. Can Matt stay alive?
We're gonna go fracking.
Fracking, yay. But yeah, we're down right around 60, a little bit lower. The latency is a bit high, but also that motion blur does not make it.
Yeah, definitely not going easy, but it's probably gonna take a toll on the other computer too. Ooh.
My man team wiped for me. No, we're no longer teammates, we're enemies once
You
again.
might have to, what if he lands with you and you have to kill him? Can you do it?
I will, I'll have to do it. Money! Oh God, oh no.
What was that?
Somebody is nearby. I have no idea what they're saying. Keep your eyes peeled.
Oh my God.
Bail, bail! Yeah, I mean, it was below 60. It wasn't amazing. We are on a balanced preset, so you could go lower as well. But we figured balance would be a good like medium settings just to see what we'll end up getting. So yeah, what we're gonna go ahead and do is switch to the other PC, the i3, and see how it fares.
All right, guys, we are playing Apex Legends now on the i3 12100, I'm screwed up, and the 6600 gaming PC. And off the rip, just like I said to pay attention to before, look at those percentage values. We're definitely using a little bit more of the GPU, a little bit less of the CPU, and our latency / response time is definitely lower. And I would say I can feel it. You know, I can feel the input lag being a little bit less. Does that mean I'll be better at hitting shots? Probably not.
Probably not.
Probably not.
You're against 2 players this time. Oh, your teammates.
He out-evened me.
Oh no, this is gonna. Oh no.
Oh god, dude, I can't even hit a shot.
No.
I gotta hit one. Oh!
No.
That made it all worth it. I can't believe I just actually hit that, honestly.
Oh, yo! Ah!
Oh!
Ah! Ah! Ah!
Oh.
There we go.
Oh! Oh, 9!
Yeah! Oh yeah, here we go. Oh, yay! Let's see how this performs on another game.
Let's do it.
All right, gamers, we are now in Warzone with the i3, and I will say, out the gate, the performance is definitely a good amount better. So we are running the same preset. Let's go ahead and go into the settings here. Graphics, quality, we are on balance, same upscaling, and we have 120 FOV, I almost say FPS. And it feels smoother. I do think there's a couple variables. Definitely that Gen 4. I feel like the 6600 will get pushed a little bit further in a newer game that's really gonna take advantage of like using a bunch of VRAM and stuff. So that would be a pretty decent factor. We gotta go back to our old stomping ground, the oil. Hold up, I told you.
Helicopter.
That's how I died last
by
time.
your own hand.
Oh no!
Yeah, you're not letting them get away with that.
My God!
Where are you?
Are you here? But for the sake of just, I mean, you guys see the performance difference. Right now we're in the hundreds in this location. This isn't the exact same like mall area, but is the similar drop. So I'd imagine the lowest we would get is into like the 90s. So what we're gonna go ahead and do is switch to those built-in benchmarks and really compare these two with actual numbers, do some math, and then wrap this video up real quick.
Don't get between me and my gun, heretic!
All right, guys, we just got done doing some benchmarks and we actually got some official results for you guys. Normally we just go, yeah, I did really good, but we got two PCs to compare to. So I have up on our docs here some percentage differences. So for the first two games, we tried Apex and Warzone, and of course we did not do built-in benchmarks, those we just played. So on the actual gaming PC that was custom built, we got 160 plus FPS pretty much all the time, and we got 180 was pretty much like the max peak for FPS. But then on our Optiplex, we actually got around 140 and then 160, and it was a different map, but hey, that's pretty darn close at the same settings 1080p, impressive for both systems.
Now, Warzone was the game where we started to notice a bigger difference, and we started to think it probably has to do with a couple of variables, most likely a slightly older i7, we're talking about a 4-core 8-thread from a few generations ago, and also PCI Gen 3 versus Gen 4. Warzone is a game that pulls a lot of textures in, and those 8 gigs of VRAM would be utilized very well in a game like Warzone, but it could be slightly bottlenecked by the PCI Gen 3, because as you saw with the built-in benchmarks, with the gaming PC, we got about 80 plus FPS average, 90 at times, but with the Optiplex, we were getting about 50 FPS with a max of about like 55, hitting 60 ever so slightly. And yes, we did run a recommended setting, so like a medium setting, so you could go lower with this thing and probably get 60 plus FPS, but to keep things equal, we wanted to get a 1080p medium FPS average. But with that Optiplex, again, you could lower the settings, ended up getting a 60 plus FPS average.
All right, now we're getting to some built-in benchmarks, such as Borderlands 3, and we actually have some real percentages. So the gaming PC with the i3 got 112 FPS average with an 8.8 millisecond response time. Now the Optiplex got around 76.8 FPS average, which brings us to about 38.29% difference. Now, keep in mind the price difference between these two was around 54%, so we're still not quite there, but we do have a full upgrade path with this. It's a custom build, it looks amazing, it's gonna have better airflow, you're gonna be able to add more to it, so it's like, is that extra 20% really worth the savings?
And lastly, in Shadow of the Tomb Raider, we ran the built-in benchmark again, and with the gaming PC, we got a 120 FPS average, and with the Optiplex, you got 104, and that's about a 19.9% average, rounded up to about 20% if we're wanting to be accurate here. So 20% versus a 50% price increase. Again, normally price to performance isn't super linear, so when you're getting something like this, you are getting good value for your money, but once again, if you want to spend that extra 20%, you will get your value out of it because you are getting a upgrade path, RGB, a better looking system. But in reality, I still think the Optiplex is really good value for the money. If you're looking for the best value for your money, the Optiplex is still better just based on these numbers. But if you want the longevity and the upgrade path, you obviously want to spend a little bit more into a custom built PC.
And now obviously one other advantage of getting the Optiplex, or really any other pre-built for that matter, is you're typically going to get Windows already pre-installed, so you don't have to worry about that at home. And the other thing is, look at how easy the upgrade was. We literally put in the graphics card and we were pretty much good to go. With this one, we had to do a full custom build, and of course we know a lot of you at home love doing full custom builds, but they do have their problems and sometimes get RMA parts. With these, they're usually pretty straightforward and just always work.
So if you guys want to build this gaming PC or build this Optiplex, check those links down below. They will be affiliate links that will help us out. Let us know if you're an Optiplex or other Office PC user in the comment section down below. This video doesn't just pertain to Dell Optiplexes. Pretty much any PC that can support the drop in a GPU as an existing Office PC method will work for this kind of test. And let us know down below if you would prefer either the Optiplex or the gaming PC depending on your budget.
So as always, we hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, check out our other two YouTube channels and also our twitch.tv/toastybros, and do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
And we'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.
Now we actually have a PC selling business, and we like to give you guys the option. So we got the Optiplex, we got the custom build, and we probably have about 100 others over at PC Bros.
PCBros.tech, we sell the gaming PCs, we sell the Office PCs, and the upgraded Office PCs that are ready to game. If you use code ToastyBros2 on checkout, you'll save 2% on your next purchase. See you guys later. Goodbye.